Hello my cutie friends, welcome to my video. If you don't know me, hello, welcome. I am Lizzie. I am a self-love coach. I help empower humans to live a fulfilling life. I also help humans grow the confidence that they need to put themselves out there and be the change they wish to see and help this world be a more positive and loving place. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've always wanted to do, and that is a tattoo tour. And if you don't know me, I freaking love tattoos. Tattoos are so cool. When I was younger, I would look at other people's tattoos and be like, wow, you're so cool, you're so badass. You know, to me, it's also such a symbol for strength and power, because getting a tattoo and sitting through tattoos, especially like sleeves, is no easy feat. So today, we're gonna do something a little bit different, and I am going to be sharing with you the inspiration of my tattoos versus how they ended up. I have put a lot of thought behind each and every one. I am really excited to share with you my inspiration photos as well as how they turned out, and also the background story and what they mean to me. So let's get into it. So my first tattoo is my bee, inspo pic here. Since this was my very first tattoo, it was something that I was super nervous about because needles have always freaked me the fuck out. I have not loved needles, going to the doctors, syringes. I am not about it. So as much as I was obsessed with tattoos and wanting to get tattoos and wanting to feel like a badass myself, there was definitely that hurdle of getting through that first tattoo, seeing how it felt, seeing if I could do something bigger, and what my pain tolerance was. The inspiration for my first tattoo is a bee. If you don't know me, I am obsessed with bees. They've always been a part of my life. Ever since I was little, my mom would call me Bee, and bees are just kind of my thing. They're also kind of me and my mom's thing. Another reason for this bee inspo is you'll see the 69 in the line, in the bee line. And it's not purely for inappropriate reasons. Me and my partner lived in this house and the address was 69. And there were so many amazing revelations, so many amazing memories and time spent in that house. And to me, 69 is kind of like a vortex. And at that house, it was this beautiful vortex of healing energy, and it was just amazing. 69 to me is super symbolic in that way as well. And this is what we ended up with. You could see that I didn't quite get the whole 69 because of the way that it would end up. But I did get this beautiful beeline, this beautiful bee, pretty close and really, really cute to the original concept. And it's mostly a 6, right? But I mean, if you were to put it upside down, it could kind of turn into a 9, you know? It's a little bit of a stretch. But that is my very first tattoo. And funny enough, my mom came with me to my tattoo appointment, and she was super inspired by my tattoo, so she has the same exact tattoo. If you ever see my mom for whatever reason, she will also have this tattoo, same arm, same placement. The next tattoo is inspired by one of the trees at that house, at that 69 house. And there were so many gorgeous, beautiful trees in the backyard, and they flowered in the spring, and I'll share the inspo pic here. There was this beautiful tree that we called the mushroom tree. Kind of looks like a mushroom. It has these beautiful pink flowers, and I really wanted something inspired by this mushroom tree. But not only is it inspired by this mushroom tree, but it's also inspired by the magic mushrooms. Magic mushrooms have absolutely changed my life. I was straight edge for the first 21 years of my life, not willing to try anything. And then I dabbled in cannabis, which I have a previous video about my sobriety journey, me taking on this 90-day sobriety challenge. It's really good if you want to check that out. I was introduced to these mushrooms, and after reading this note and having intentions for this sacred trip that I was about to go on, it absolutely transformed my life. And several trips later, I am on the healing spiritual journey, and I feel so much purpose in my life, so much clarity, and I really owe that to the magic mushrooms. This is my mushroom tree inspired tattoo. This is my second tattoo, and as you can see, doesn't super resemble the tree. I wanted to make sure that it was smooth on top. The colors of the tree were definitely part of the tattoo. As you can see the little flowers in here, inspired by the flowers on the tree. This placement of this tattoo is super sensitive, so this was one of my more painful ones. I would say an 8 out of 10, and luckily it didn't last very long because it's not such a big tattoo, but a little bit more painful, but I absolutely love this one. This next tattoo is inspired by a book that I was reading by Paul Selig. I believe he's called a pioneer of channeled literature. And if you're not sure what channeled literature is, it's basically when someone acts as a channel to communicate with the other side, with these ascended masters who are here to help us on our journey. And in that book, it wrote about how each and every one of us are pure love and light. And it is such an amazing reminder, and something that I definitely need a reminder of myself. When I was younger and in school, I used to write on my skin as a reminder for remembering something in the future. I wanted to have the writing "I am love" on my wrist so that every time I look at my wrist, I can remember, especially when I forget and when I really need that message. And here's what it looks like. It says, "I am love," surprise, surprise, and it looks so similar to the picture, and I think it's so neat that it's in my handwriting. It's funny because I actually wrote "I am love" down on paper at least 100 or 200 times, and I chose the one that I loved the most. Not a lot of my tattoos are for me, I feel, because I can't really see them. I don't really see them a lot, especially in the winter when I'm wearing a lot of clothes on my arms. But this tattoo is for me. It's a reminder. I see it so often. Sometimes I forget that it's even there because it's just my skin now. But I love this tattoo, and I think it came out so good. My next tattoo is a biggie. So my ultimate goal, because I think it's so badass on other people, is to have a full sleeve from up here all the way to my wrist. But we're starting baby steps, and I have a quarter sleeve here. This quarter sleeve is inspired by this picture, and this picture was taken in Maine. It is of Mount Katahdin. My grandpa used to have this little island, and it had this wonderful cabin on it. It was obviously surrounded by water, and this was the place that we would go, me and my family would go during the summers. Disconnect from technology. It was the first time that I was really connecting and appreciating nature. Brings back a lot of amazing memories, and unfortunately we do not have the cabin anymore, but it will forever exist on my arm. So this is the beginning of my sleeve. It is also inspired by a few other pictures which I will insert over here. I definitely wanted the tattoo to be super colorful, for there to be a sunset. I believe that sunsets are just so beautiful and amazing. It includes a moon. This is the mountain itself, the lake here with the reflection of the mountain, and down here is a loon. Of course, there are so many loons by the lake, but this particular loon is inspired by a Red Hot Chili Pepper song called Porcelain, and reminds me of that and my favorite band ever. The intention of the orange was to be inspired by the Californication album cover. Super vibrant, super beautiful, and it didn't super translate, but I'm still so happy about this tattoo. The sun isn't technically facing the right direction, but I digress. Another cool thing about my tattoos is that my right side is definitely more masculine, intentionally so, and my left is more feminine. For example, this sleeve definitely reminds me of my dad and my grandpa and the Red Hot Chili Peppers and all of that good stuff, while my left side is kind of just more feminine and fun. And I'm about to show you my last tattoo. It might be one of my favorites, even though they're all my favorite. And this next tattoo is actually inspired by The Matrix. I am a huge Matrix fan. Controversially, I love the last movie the most. And in that movie, you'll see that the character Bugs has a white rabbit on her shoulder. Keanu Reeves is instructed to follow the white rabbit, and then he sees the white rabbit on Bugs' shoulder and follows her. This tattoo specifically the image and the depiction of it is definitely inspired by The Matrix and this photo here, but also is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland. To me, that's just a whole trip, a whole mushroom trip, so inspired by the mushrooms as well. Inspired by White Rabbit by Jefferson Pilot, which I believe that's the name of the artist, sorry if it's not. And I love that song. I love singing it, love jamming to it, and this is how it came out. This is my rendition. I believe it's on the same arm as Bugs in the movie, except my White Rabbit has pink glitter in the ears and in the star. And she's just so cute and so feminine and so just the cutest tattoo I feel like I have. It is so adorable and I'm obsessed. But that is how my tattoos came out and what they look like compared to the inspiration. And I'm so pleased with all of them. I love them all so much. They are a part of my body. I am a walking canvas. I am a badass, cool person. Not that you need to have tattoos to be a badass, cool person, but it just makes me feel like me. There's this amazing person that I follow on Instagram. Her handle is Chelsea M. Schultz, and she is incredible. She always advises her followers to do what feels the most like you. And to me, this is what feels the most like me. Also, huge shout out to my tattoo artist who did all of these amazing, beautiful tattoos, also known as Unicorn Glitter Blaster on Instagram. She is super amazing. Not only is she so down to earth and so sweet, she is so incredibly talented and is just so amazing to work with. If you're someone who is interested in getting a tattoo for the first time, I definitely recommend starting out small. Getting tattoos really isn't so bad. Depending on how big it is, it could just take a little bit, but it's definitely worth any discomfort that you experience. I definitely suggest bringing a stuffed animal with you, just as little creature comfort as you're doing something that can be a little bit painful. And also definitely working with an artist that you feel comfortable with and an artist that makes you feel safe and taken care of. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, make sure to like down below and subscribe if you're new here. I'm going to be doing my best to put out videos as often as I can. Make sure to watch this video that YouTube is recommending. They know you. They know you're gonna love this. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.